Holly Payne and welcome to your 5 Minutes with Seatrade Cruise, your roundup of the week's top stories. CDC Director Rochelle Walensky said she's unable to give a timeline for the second phase of the conditional sail order because it's not solely in our jurisdiction to address. So far, the CDC has provided technical guidance for only the first phase of a 4-phase framework. Under questioning from Alaska Senator Lisa Murkowski on timing, she would not be pinned down. This is an interagency decision. It is not a decision solely up to the CDC, Walensky said. Murkowski indicated she would follow up with the CDC chief. Even so, Alaska is impacted by Canada's cruise ship ban. Meanwhile, UnCruise ADVENTURES, which is preparing for summer sailings in Alaska, has become the latest line to mandate vaccination for crew and for passengers 18 years and older. Captain Dan Blanchard, UnCruise CEO, said the Galapagos was excluded from these rules because vaccines are hard to get for the Ecuadorian crew. At this time, a negative pre-cruise molecular test is required of all passengers within 4 days prior to embarking. Blanchard said vaccinations combined with testing take us to an entirely new level of safety compared to testing alone. As a US flag operator, UnCruise ADVENTURES expects to be one of the few cruise lines in Alaska this summer. Lindblad Expeditions and American Cruise Lines are among the others with ships that can sail domestically. Celebrity Cruises plans to return to service with sailings from St. Martin on Celebrity Millennium starting June 5th. The ship will carry vaccinated crew and be available to vaccinated adults and children under 18, all with a negative PCR test result within 72 hours of embarkation. The PCR test is also a St. Martin requirement. According to Celebrity, thousands of its crew have already been vaccinated in their home countries, and the number will grow as the return to service nears. Celebrity President and CEO Lisa Lutoff-Perlo said, "We have been in constant contact to support each other and share best practices." St. Martin Tourism Minister Ludmila de Weaver described having a major line port in St. Martin as a significant economic milestone. The line plans to offer a range of tours. Star Cruises' Star Pisces will become the first cruise ship to resume sailings in Malaysia, with plans to restart from Penang Port on May 13th. Genting Cruise Lines, which owns the brand, was the first cruise line to resume service in Asia. It has successfully completed around 9 months of incident-free operations in Taiwan with Dream Cruises, Explorer Dream, and about 5 months in Singapore with World Dream, welcoming more than 150,000 guests so far. Genting recently announced Crystal Serenity plans to restart cruises from the Bahamas in July. Penang will be the 5th home port for Genting Cruise Lines fleet. More on Genting Hong Kong. It is the latest public cruise company likely to chalk up more than $1 billion in losses in 2020. The group signalled its expectation of losing at least $600 million USD in fourth quarter 2020 and at least $1.5 billion in the full year. This compares to a $159 million loss in 2019. In the first half of 2020, the impact of the pandemic pushed the company to a $742.6 million loss. The past year loss results from suspended operations for Dream Cruises, Crystal Cruises and Star Cruises, as well as the suspension of shipbuilding operations at NV Werften's German yards between March and October. When Crystal Cruises resumes sailing with Crystal Serenity from the Bahamas in July, Genting Cruise Lines will have 41% of its fleet in operation based on lower berths. Costa Cruises has moved its restart to May in light of travel restrictions still in place in Italy and elsewhere. The company said current COVID measures do not allow it to offer the best experience ashore. Instead of March 27th, Costa Smeralda's first Italy departure is now planned for May 1st, with all Italy itineraries unchanged. From June 12th, Costa Smeralda is scheduled to return to sailing 1-week cruises in the Western Med. The resumption for Costa Luminosa is postponed from May 2nd to May 16th from Trieste, and the following day from Bari as part of week-long cruises to Greece and Croatia. Royal Caribbean Group has completed the sale of its Azamara brand to private equity firm Sycamore Partners in an all-cash $201 million USD deal. This included Azamara's 3-ship fleet, Azamara Pursuit, Azamara Quest and Azamara Journey, and associated intellectual property. Meanwhile, just days after unveiling plans to sail from the Bahamas, Royal Caribbean International has announced another new home port for this summer, Bermuda. 7-night cruises will take place on board Vision of the Seas, with vaccinated crew, vaccinated adult passengers, plus those under 18 with negative COVID-19 test results. The June through August programme opens for sale March 29. Don't forget, registration is open for Seatrade's series of one-day virtual events focusing on these 3 important sectors of the cruise industry: health and safety, guest experience, and tech and innovation. These take place on the 12th to the 14th of April. That's all for today. Thank you for watching.